Hello everybody, I think we're live again. Welcome to my dashboard. We're at Sapsucker Woods, welcome. It was, I think it's about 70 degrees, a little bit overcast, breezy, maybe not terribly windy, but I've just arrived here. I have seen or heard since I arrived really only two species. Blue jays, they were the first things I heard, and I thought I saw 3 mourning doves in flight. So that, you're up to date. I had a very unremarkable ride back from Montezuma. And all I need now, I believe, is a tripod, and then we can take a walk here. So I hope to be with you in a moment or two. Okay, I guess that's good. Okay, be right with you. I think I might be hearing red-bellied woodpecker. I'm not positive, but I'm fairly certain. I don't know, maybe not. Heard a blue jay again. Hopefully you're still with me. I disconnected the battery, sorry. Let me just double check on you. If I can. Looks like you're still live. Kind of as predicted, Jesus, this cable is terrible. As predicted for this time of year, and I've been saying it, really for weeks, we reach a point where, in terms of the sounds you hear here at Sapsucker, the dominant one will be blue jays, and sure enough, that's what I've heard today, blue jays. So anyway, let's take a walk. If we can. Welcome to Sapsucker. I think I'm hearing a couple different blue jays. And you know, sometimes with blue jays, depending on the time of year, if you hear a lot of them vocalizing, okay, maybe you assume, oh, there must be a bird of prey or something nearby. This time of year, I don't know if that's a safe assumption. This time of year, they often seem to be vocal for whatever reason. Just saw a monarch. butterfly. And the blue jays seem to be up in, across the road in the trees there. I believe I've seen a couple of them fly up there. Cloudy, but the sun is kind of poking through a little bit. I don't care really either way right now. It's still bright even if it's cloudy. And actually, I'm not looking for it to get sunny here and have the sun in our eyes. So maybe I just heard a heavy pounding. That may have been affiliated. May have been. Hold on, let's check the feeders. That was affiliated. I'm pretty sure. Okay, I just saw a blue jay at one of the feeders. And there's a squirrel in there. I don't know if I can show you. Gotta find the... Let's go look for the affiliated if we can. Instead of fumbling around, you can always check out the feeder cam for yourselves. Just heard a Canada goose. Looks like a grackle, I think. Maybe. Yes, looks like a common grackle. Look at that long tail. I don't know if I heard the call of a pileated, but the pounding sounded like a pileated. I don't know if that was possibly a northern flicker instead. I'm hesitant to get too close to the water because we've had a hard time with the signal there lately for some reason. Okay, just saw a mourning dove or two fly up there. And I just want to look. Okay, I hear that heavy pounding again, and I can only guess where it is. Let me hold you right there and let me look with binoculars. Maybe I can find it. I don't see anything from here. We'll keep our eyes open. Hear the blue jays, and oh, what do I see? Do I see wood ducks maybe? I do indeed. 3 wood ducks. These two here in the foreground are females, and that's a male who looks to be. That male looks to be very close to full breeding colors, maybe just a little bit shy. There's something going on with the, towards, on its back, maybe a little bit, but it's very close to full breeding colors. And we have the 2 females, of course. Beautiful birds. Did I just hear a cedar waxwing? I might have. I believe I did. The people on the other side of the pond, they're kind of noisy. Okay, just heard a hairy woodpecker, I believe. It sounded like it's over here somewhere. And likely out of our view at the moment anyway. Again, I don't really want to walk over there because we seem to have problems lately there. But I want to look around just a little bit with binoculars. In the meantime, I'm going to zoom in a little on the wood ducks. You can maybe watch them. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Okay, that female seems to have split off from the other two, unless there are more. That's what I was wondering, if there are more. Is this the same male? It's hard to tell. Might be. Yeah, I think it is. Okay. Oh, come on. This tripod. It's nice and light, but it's not strong. I tried to lock and it didn't lock. Alright, try that now. Is that better? Good. Alright, so while you're looking there, I want to just take a quick look around. Not seeing anything anywhere. I'd say the water levels are down overall. They seem it to me. If you look over here, I mean, you can see some areas that are just mud rather than standing water, and obviously a lot of tree logs are exposed here rather than being submerged when there are good water levels. So water levels are down, and looking here, for instance, you've got mud as opposed to water right up against the the normal border of the island. So anyway, I think we're gonna hit the trails very soon. I'm not seeing anything other than those wood ducks, really. Actually, I was hoping those people would come over here and then we would go on the trails, but they've quieted down. So let's hit the trails, see what we can see. Just heard a goose again. They must be, I wouldn't be surprised if they're on the other side of that island there, because I haven't seen them. So we may see them, from other areas of the pond, or I should say of the trails, really, because we're not going in the pond. You know what I mean. Or you should by now. It's only been 8 years. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oops. Looks like something was dragged through there. I don't know if any animals would have made those kinds of tracks. I mean, they're kind of deep from what I could tell here, but maybe I'm wrong. So we're hearing common grackles, and maybe hearing what might be a hairy woodpecker, maybe, somewhere nearby. Let's keep walking. Pretty quiet over here. There's little or no standing water. And we're in September. And things can quiet down here in many ways. Temperature's comfortable. I think I may have told you it's about 70 degrees. You know, we didn't look for the pileated, but I didn't see anything either. It would help if someone would pound on the trees. So I don't know, I'm not sure it was affiliated. That was my guess, just based on the sound of the pounding. You never know, it could have been a different woodpecker, and whatever it was pounding on sounded just right. But it sounded pretty solid. Quiet here in the woods, unsurprisingly. I can hear the Canada geese on the pond. Uh-oh. By the sound of it, maybe someone took off, and yeah, sound is moving. I just caught a glimpse of 2 or 3 of them. Bye. Good luck. Love the Canada geese. It's pounding again. I mean, we could go back and try to find it, but I didn't. I think we're going to continue on. Maybe I should have looked more closely, but even so, I kind of doubt it was within close view. Maybe. Maybe I'll regret this. I don't know. This is dangerous. Root poking right up. Here's some people up ahead. I don't know if they're coming this way. They sound like they're over there somewhere. So not on the Wilson Trail. Yeah, maybe I should have gone back for the pileated. I'd like to have some time on the campus if possible. By the time we arrived last week, it was just really too late to find anybody. And what time is it now? It's probably about 5:20, 5:30. Almost 5:30. Quiet, Quiet. You'll wake the dead. Shh. No, it doesn't sound like they're coming. Oh, maybe they are, I don't know. Maybe they're coming this way, maybe not. So far I haven't seen or heard any squirrels or chipmunks. It may happen, but I haven't seen any yet. By the way, shortly after I closed up at Montezuma, I closed everything up, walked down the tower, walked towards my car, got in the car, did some reconfiguration, then headed for here. And as I was going along, routes 5 and 20, that's where all those osprey nests are, I did see one more broad-winged hawk. Oh, just saw a chipmunk. Okay, I think that was a northern flicker I just heard. I'm not positive, I think it was. Somehow it didn't sound like pileated. It's, with fall is on the way, of course, but things are still green here. And, well, you see here and there, at least I do in my travels, some areas where trees are not looking so green, but here in the woods they still look fairly fresh, fairly good. I mean, maybe not quite as light as they were obviously in, April, but you look around, I mean, it's still green everywhere you can see. It's nice to see, and then it's, assuming we have fall colors, and we haven't always the last few years, they've gone from like green to sickly green to nothing there at all, in many cases. But it's nice to see fall colors, and then, eventually, we'll be into no leaves on the trees, of course, and then it's nice to be on the lookout for even the slightest sign of green, when things start to bud up in the spring. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Fine, thank you. And even before the tour, I've told you this I think before, but when I used to come here just to take still photos, I'd be coming here every week, and in those late winter months and into spring, I end up taking a lot of photos of the buds or any sign, depending on severe the winter has been, sometimes you're really looking forward to that green by then. And back then, you know, I was just primarily coming here. So, you know, it would be a matter of coming here, maybe being here for an extended period of time, and then just heading home. And that was fine. Eventually I added Montezuma to my list. But even in, you know, in winter, obviously I wasn't, well, I say obviously, I was not going up there. My winter trips to there really started after we started the tour. Just in the last couple of years. And that's primarily been because of the snowy owls. And my thinking had been all along, really along the lines of what there's a squirrel. So we've seen a squirrel and a chipmunk, gray squirrel. My thinking had been, along the lines of my first experience in visiting Montezuma. When I went up there thinking I could just go up there, and I think I went up in March, and I went to Wildlife Drive, and I didn't know my way around at all. So I went all the way there. Went to Wildlife Drive, it's closed, and looked around, I mean, in just that area, and all I saw were, just a few, not even a lot, of Canada geese. And my thinking was, well, I can see Canada geese in Ithaca, or even, I think I just heard a chickadee, black-capped chickadee. I don't have to drive all the way to Montezuma for that. So winter, I kind of closed it out of my mind. But, really, in hindsight, that was wrong. And it wasn't that I was saying you would never see anything there. As you know, I say you can, with enough time, you might see birds anywhere. But it was just that, playing the percentages and what I was likely to see. So, I stopped going there. Or I should say, I never really started. I didn't go there anymore until more recently when, my thinking was, well, I'm nearby anyway because I was looking for snowy owls. And I might as well just, drive through. And, oh, I just heard a robin. And these last couple of years, it's been fun to go there. I'm pretty sure I've heard the robin. Now, there are people talking, so I'm having a hard time hearing anything. Wind is picking up. I wonder if we've got a shower coming through soon. But I heard something. I don't know what it was. And I don't hear it any longer. Yep. That was a robin. Yep, I heard it again. It's that tuff, 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 tuff. I don't know how to duplicate the sound, but it's a robin that we're hearing. American robin. Oh, is that it? That's it. Hi, Robin. Let's look at it more closely. Hold on. Always good to see. Sure, we just came out of the warmer months when we saw them all the time, but soon we won't be seeing them. Soon we won't be seeing them much at all. Maybe here if they winter here. Anyway, I was going to also point out to you, just on the other side, you can see things are dry. Fortunately, you know, we're late in the summer, and it's not like it's you know, early July like it was a couple of years ago or whenever it was that everything dried out. So we still have a fair amount of water here. You may remember a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, things were really dry and they dried out early. If they dry out a little bit now, I'm not saying I'm thrilled, but at least we're in late summer and hopefully we'll have some rain and also the cooler temperatures, so things might just fill up again in reasonably short order, hopefully. Just for the blue jay, I'm also hearing a what sounds like a black-capped chickadee to my right somewhere. And another one, so we have at least 2 chickadees.
All I did, I just got on my knees. Like, that's all it took.
Excuse me.
I'm going to take 30 then. Yeah, certainly. It's nice talking to you. Yeah, you too.
Pardon me?
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
You know, actually things are even drier than I had believed. I mean, let me get things level, that's better. And let me adjust things a little bit more so we can see over these. Oh, turkey vulture. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, things are even drier than I believed because look at all this. This is all just mud. Disappointing. I couldn't see that from over there near the Charlie Harper bench. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe have you look at the mud or something else, if I can find anything else, and then I want to look around. Well, I'm just going to have you look there, and I'm going to look around. I see a green heron. At least I think I do. Maybe I may be wrong. Yep, there it is. See it? Just walked behind the tree. Where'd it go? Where'd that tree go? So there's a green heron there. Again, to the left of this tree and behind. Hold on, let me adjust things a little bit. Like I said, it's not a strong tripod, but it's light. Okay.
You got that green heron in sight?
The one right out there? I see it.
Yeah.
Just heard an American goldfinch. Make it two. And I think I heard a cedar waxwing. I believe, but I'm not sure. But what am I seeing over here? Maybe a couple more robins? Yes. A couple more robins there. We still have the one that's up here. So we've seen three. Oh, there's a great blue out there too. And is there another green heron, or is it just that one? Is that, I mean, maybe that's the same one that we... No! You see it? No, wait. There may be three out there. You see the center screen, there's one, I believe, unless I'm misreading something, and then behind the plants, that may be another one. And then we saw one over closer to the great... Is that one? Closer to the great blue. Over, well, there's the great blue, there's a green heron. All right, look, I'm going to go to manual focus. Maybe that can help us a little bit. Okay, so we have a green heron there. A great blue heron here, behind, hiding. And then I'm not sure if this is one. Yes, it is. That's a green heron. So that's two green herons. And that's a green heron. Three green herons. And that's a green heron there. I think that's four green herons, right? If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's a green heron there. Yeah, that's the one that we originally saw. So the guy who asked me if I saw a green heron, I wonder if he only saw one or if he... I'll bet he did. He didn't seem to have any, you know, any binoculars or anything with him. So we have four. Oh, come on, plant, get out of my way. I'm trying to see here. And what do you think? This is Montezuma? And there is a wood duck. Now, we may have already seen that wood duck. I don't know. By any chance, is that another one right there, center screen? Oh no, wait a minute, wait. Is that another one there? Is that a 5 and 6? Oh, you know what? That, I think, is another green heron there at center screen. And I thought at... If I'm not mistaken, maybe you can tell me, you know, maybe you know better than I do because maybe you're looking on larger screens than I am. But that seems to be a green heron there. I want to look with binoculars. Hey. Walk right there, would you? Okay, that's good enough. Let me look with binoculars. I wish the binoculars were one. The camera has better range than my binoculars do. We're going to have to go through that again. I want to see how many green herons we can find. And you know, I may have, when I moved everything because of the branch, or actually the plant life that got in the way, may have really reoriented everything, and so I don't know. So we have a green heron here. Here's one. We saw the great blue. That's the second one right there, no doubt about it. 2. Was there anyone else nearby there? Let's start all over, just to be sure. So we have the one that's... where's the one? Okay. We have that one there, who's now looking the other way. 1. Wish I had more range with this. I mean, 2. There's a third right there. Wait. There's a third right there, and is that a 4th right there? That might be a 4th back there. Yep, it is. 4th one. Now the question is that one? I think it is. Is that a 5th one? I'm not sure. That's the best I can focus on it, but I think that's a 5th one there at center screen. Check the chat room and see what you think. I'm not sure, but I think it is. Come on, I need an answer. What do you think? Quiet, Ferris. I believe that is. I'm not positive. I wish it would move. Whatever it is, I wish it would move. If it would move, if it is, you know, if it is a fifth green heron, I'm not even sure where it is. I'm trying to look with binoculars. I don't. Is it even on screen right now? I don't think it is. I lost track of it. I don't know where it is. Okay, hold on 1 second. 5, all right. Wait, are you saying 5 green herons or $5 footlong? But where is the fifth one? I kind of lost track of it. Now maybe, you know, because it doesn't stand out. I know it was over, I don't want to go any farther left. I just heard a downy woodpecker. Oh, there it is. I think it's moved. I think it's changed its position. So I agree. I think that is a fifth. Yeah, that's a fifth green heron. Wonderful. Now, let's look for a sixth one. Hold on, I want to put my phone away. As I said, the camera really has overall better reach than my binoculars do. So I really have to rely on the camera if I'm looking across the pond like this. Now where I'm looking now, it's unlikely that we'd see anything just because, you know, it's dry on this side. Of course, it's dry in some of those other areas, or at least it looks dry. Anyway, we're going to get going. What time is it? It's almost 6 o'clock. But to see 5 green herons, hey, I'll take it. Plus a great blue. Hi, great blue. So we can see the great blue behind, and I don't believe I can move enough to get that, those branches out of the way, and we still have a green heron right there. There's no doubt about it, those lily pads make things more challenging. But who knows, maybe without the lily pads, the green herons really wouldn't, make use of the pond like they do. I don't know. It's good camouflage for them. Okay, we're gonna get going, but that was good. Good. You know, I want to look before we do walk away. Let's go back to autofocus, and we can look over here. You never know. Maybe I should look with binoculars. You know what really helps me anyway is that distinctive green that the green heron has. It doesn't look like any of the lily pads. Now sometimes if the lily pad is, you know, not well lit or something, like right there at center screen we have some that look dark. Sure, that can be, you know, pretty close to that green of a green heron. But you know, that green coloration is a little bit different than, you know, the plant life that we're seeing here on the pond itself. So that helps me to find them. Let me take a quick look with binoculars in that area, and then if we don't see anything, we're going to move on. I was thinking when we, and I've been thinking this really all, you know, all spring and summer, you know, when we are in the area near the pond on the other side, you know, not far from the lab, I haven't seen any green herons there this year. One of the green herons just flew to one of these dead bush things. So, you know, in terms of keeping track of everybody, I don't think I'm able to do that now. So we're going to move on. I'm not seeing anybody else. But, you know, like I've said before, I mean, just because it's August and now September, doesn't mean you won't see anything. But sometimes it's not like the sheer quantity of birds or whatever. I mean, sometimes it means, okay, you've got to do some extra, special looking, searching, but you might still get a special view, whether it's a green heron or, you know, very often we have seen good green heron sightings in September here, now that I think about it. There's a lot of beauty here. You know, I mean, if you want to just, I'm not an expert photographer. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I do believe that you can come here and find a lot of different situations if you want to, you know, learn nature photography. I suspect that this is a good place for it. This is what we're hearing, I believe, is a chipmunk. And, you know, I say that about, you know, learning nature photography here. I mean, even, you can get, there are, you know, good plants and things like that to get close-ups of, macro photography if you want, insects and also some of those plants and flowers, etc. But also from certain views, I mean, maybe there aren't a lot of areas where you can take landscape shots, but there's certainly some good areas for landscape shots. And of course the birds, with, you know, in all sorts of different situations, lighting-wise, vegetation and you know, background-wise. So, I mean, this is, I have to say, probably a great place to learn photography, or to practice it anyway. awfully dry here. And we saw some, maybe hearing it, is that a cardinal chip note? I don't know. Maybe not. No, I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's something else. Yeah, I think they may be chickadees again. With some of their vocalizations. I'm not seeing anybody. I see, and also the wind, this is why the wind can sometimes be a problem. It's moving the vegetation. Alright, well, I'm not seeing anybody. Not yet, anyway. Let's keep going. Time's running out. You know, maybe along the lines of what I've been saying, you know, about coming here in August and September. Think about it. This walk so far. In that first viewing area of the pond, we didn't see much other than the wood ducks. Then we walked really a ways before without seeing many birds. And from Charlie Harper area, we didn't see really anything. A robin. And but then from the Sherwood platform, we saw the 5 green herons. Oh, he does have binoculars. Is that the same guy? I think so. All right, let me just park you right here and look around a bit. Oh, there are the Canada geese. Or there are 2 Canada geese. I did see. I don't know if I showed them to you or not. I don't know if you actually saw them, but we did see 2 at least, maybe 3 in flight. Oh, and there's another Canada goose over here. Wood duck. And I'm not really seeing probably one of the same wood ducks we've seen already, but there's one and there's, okay, yeah. So the 3 had been together before and now they're not. Did I see one over here? Well, we're gonna continue walking because time is short. You never hear time is long, do you? I'm going to tell him about the green herons if I catch up to him. I'm not trying to rub it in. But I am. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, you hate to be told or to find out you missed something when you're in an area. I do too. And, you know, sometimes it just is a reminder, I should have looked more carefully. And sometimes you can't afford the time. Turns out there were 5 green herons.
Oh wow. Okay.
All out there, way out there. Pardon me?
On this side?
No, they were all along the arc there of the berm on the other side.
Okay.
Are we hearing cedar waxwings? I think we might, although somehow the sound's a little different than normal. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I'm hearing it. Yes, I believe they're cedar waxwings we're hearing. And you know, to see the green herons we saw, I mean, I would say it was lucky. They were blending in with the, I mean, especially at that distance and with binoculars, I don't know if I don't believe if it had been binoculars only, I don't believe I would have seen them. But like I said, this camera has a little bit better range. Not necessarily at extended distances. I don't know if it's sharper. Well, I should take that back. Sometimes, if I have a choice of looking through the camera or looking through my binoculars, sometimes it's just a clearer view, even if I can't see quite as far. But sometimes it's a clearer view with binoculars. And same thing goes for if I really want a clear view of something that's distant, I'll remove the scope from the camera from the scope and just look through the scope with my own eye. Rather than relying on the camera's own, screen. Sometimes it's just better that way. Let me just show you something quickly. I don't know if some person did this or if these are actual droppings, bird droppings, but they're, large enough that make me think that, well, I don't know if they look so much like hawk droppings or not. I don't know. But anyway. I'm not seeing, I'm going to leave it right here for a moment. I'm going to look with binoculars the rest of the way. Like I said, sometimes it's easier for me to look with binoculars than it is through the camera. I don't see anything. I don't know, I wouldn't have minded seeing another green heron. Or 4. Quite honestly, seeing them as we did, I was glad to see them, but they weren't close, so we didn't get like a good look at any of them. Maybe we just haven't been here at the right times, but as I said, earlier, we just haven't seen them on the tour, close to the lab in our visits here, so I haven't had any chances to get really good looks at them this year. here a moment, and I'll look around with binoculars just a bit. I don't see nothing. Okay. No winter maintenance. They do some. Well, not much. Maybe none. I think if there's a real emergency, let's say like, you know, if a tree falls onto one of the trails, I think they'll deal with it, you know, if it's a large tree. But, I mean, in terms of like winter maintenance, I think they're like talking about like maintaining the trails in terms of like removal of snow. They don't do that, of course. Most of the time it's not a big deal. I mean, it may mean more difficult walking, of course, but it's usually not too bad. And we've been here, I think, together after fresh snows. Just heard a crow. We have been here after a fresh snow, and I'm not even talking, not last winter, but the winter before. I'm not even talking about that, when we had that real winter wonderland. I think I'm thinking about maybe Thanksgiving a number of years ago, and the snow was very fresh. I mean, it had just fallen, earlier in the day. And when we were here, I think we were walking in some places, not many, but some, that had not been walked on before. Or had actually, if not at all, not at all, I should say, just, very few, foot, tracks in there. I think we're going to head right to the campus. I don't think I'm going to go back to the water. So I'll need a few minutes to get underway. Nice walk overall. I mean, maybe we didn't see a huge variety, but I enjoyed it, and it was relatively relaxing. Oh, we saw green heron. Well, 5 of them. A great blue heron. Okay. Robins, which, may not seem like a big deal, but for this time of year, it's not bad. Some Canada geese, wood ducks. By the way, 2 Canada geese in the air. I don't know if they were coming in or if they just left the pond. But looks like they're heading towards, maybe towards the airport. But, so maybe they did leave the pond. I don't know. Okay, I'll be with you as soon as I can. we're almost ready. Yes. Okay. You know, the very first tour we had, it was just, we stayed on the campus. And, yeah, basically just on the campus. We didn't really go anywhere else. You know, we may have gone what is technically off campus, but to look back on Cornell property, you know, where the horses are along Maple Avenue, for instance. But I believe the very next week, we started coming here. And so, I mean, Sapsucker Woods has been a part of the tour from the beginning, essentially. And I remember during the first tour, when people are asking if we could do this again, remember, I was just doing still photos back then. And I thought, well, you know, okay, I guess we could do this again. But, you know, I didn't know how I was going to manage to spend the time on, I didn't know how it was going to work. I mean, am I going to do some of the time with still photos and, you know, just come here and then afterwards, I don't know, come here again and do video? Or I didn't know what I was going to do. And as it turned out, it's now essentially no still photos and it's just video. And, you know, at first I kind of missed some of the aspects of still photos, because stills do have some advantages. You know, you capture a still and that's it. So you could have the most perfect image at that moment in time, and you're no longer worried about what happened before or afterwards. So, I mean, that's it. Whereas with video, you know, obviously you can have that beautiful image, but before and after, I mean, maybe you have terrible lighting, or you have, you know, nothing's in focus, or there's no bird there at all, or whatever. Stills have a special, you know, special aspects to them, special feeling to them. Oh, I forgot to mention, and I did see them on the way in, starlings. So a few starlings are up there. And thank you, Sapsucker, we are heading to the campus. We have a little bit of time. You know, maybe we could have spent more time at Sapsucker. Oh, morning dove. Hey, morning dove. Is that any way? I don't know who taught that morning dove how to cross the road. Well, you know what? I say there's time, but you know it'll get dark quickly enough, and we might as well see if maybe we can see some hawks. Anyway, you know, stills have, like I said, special, you know, feeling to them. They can definitely have their advantages over video. But I've enjoyed video these 8 years, and you may wonder, okay, well, you've enjoyed it, and it's a necessity when it comes to the tour. But you know, I find that if I do go bird watching on my own with camera equipment, like, you know, last night I didn't even have a camera with me, but if I go with camera equipment. I'm not taking stills. I've been doing video. So, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, I've kind of maybe almost essentially, almost completely, I should say, moved to video. And I rarely take still photos. And, sometimes, like, I'll pull one still image from a video, but I don't really take still photos anymore. Cameras I used to use to take still photos, I really hardly know how to use them. I'd have to relearn them. But as I've said in the past, for me it's been, a lot of fun, because before, when I was taking stills, I might see something that I thought was amazing or whatever, and fine, and I would post. My whole process was essentially take photos, go home, look them over, and then post my favorites to Flickr. And I don't know if I shared them with many people. I mean, sometimes I would share some. And it's different when you have people tuning in because they already want to see the birds. It's not like, here, look at this. They're like, oh, I want to see what you're streaming today. And, whether we're here at Sapsucker, and not that we necessarily know the birds, there, but we're happy to see whatever we see, and same thing with like Montezuma. We don't necessarily know the birds there. But, and then we go to the campus and we know some of the hawks we see. So, I mean, what I mean by know, I don't mean, know what species they are. Not that I know all of them, but I'm saying, know them individually. But, I mean, it's nice to see these birds and to share them. And it's great when, I don't know, maybe we visit the campus and we really get a good update on the hawk family, and realize that really there aren't too many better ways to see them. What I'm saying, I guess, is it's nice to know that you're enabling other people who want to see these individual birds, and you're giving them the chance to do it and to see them as well as you see them, and meaning I see them. It's just a wonderful thing. And I have to say, along the way we've had a lot of fun. We've seen a few sad things, that happens every once in a while, unfortunately. but I think we've had a lot of